I mean, I wasn't throwing without, a little help. So, interestingly enough, today the throws that kind of I struggled with the most were the short little dump downs. Where I'm normally not even thinking about it, and you just flick it. And there was something about those throws that I actually struggled with the most today. But
which one did you remind after a game? Like, have you ever been a part of a game like that? One?
yeah, oh yeah. When you've been, I mean, we beat Cleveland a couple years ago when I was with the Jets in a similar situation. Nick Chubb ran in for a touchdown to go up by 2 scores. They missed the extra point. We went down and scored with under 2 minutes left, got the onside kick, went down and scored again. Now, when we scored, there was probably a little bit less time on the clock. They still did have a chance. They might have completed the ball to midfield or something like that, but they didn't have quite as much time. They probably didn't have any timeouts. We ended up winning the game. So very similar.
What's it like to be on the losing end?
Well, it's tough, I mean, but anytime you're on the losing end, it's tough. I think when you've played a lot of games, it's not the way you lose doesn't make it any worse necessarily. I think you learn that these games come down to the last minute, and you got to be ready for anything. And a win's a win, a loss is a loss.
When did you start feeling you had hope in that game? Late in that fourth quarter?
Obviously, I think when you go down and then you think what you have is a touchdown, and no, it's incomplete, and then you throw an interception. And obviously, at the time, you thought they scored a touchdown. That was probably that at that point, you probably weren't thinking too much about it. But then when we went down and scored for that, when you go down and you score and you make it a one-score game, I mean, anything can happen. Onside kicks, not very likely, but who knows? I think we were down by 14 and we were going out there, and I said, hey, listen, crazier things have happened. Like somebody, a coach that was standing right there, I think it was a tight ends coach. And but I think after maybe there's a little bit of hope after you score that first one, but you're probably at that point. I mean, I think fans are going through the same thing, like as players are at that point. So whatever you were feeling and the fans were feeling, we were probably feeling the same thing.
Were you surprised you threw for 470? Were you surprised when you saw the number, or you threw for 470?
I knew we had been climbing up there at some point because we got so many possessions, and we were really throwing the ball, a lot of the time towards the end of the game. Just the nature of the game. You don't know how high it is. I mean, I've never thrown for 400 in the NFL in my career, so it's the first time.
The way the last 3 games have gone, how do you keep the frustration
Yeah.
from seeping among the offensive players and the way the games have gone? How do you kind of keep?
So what have we played 9 games now? We have 8 left. If you don't keep your head down and go to work,